Liverpool 2, Manchester City 0. Let's be honest, that is the title for Liverpool. 11 points clear with 11 games to go, meaning they basically have to lose a quarter of the remaining games for Arsenal to win it. Arsenal do not have any strikers. Arsenal do not have much attacking input. Their best attacker is 17 years of age. I think Ranieri's a talent, but you compare Salah to what Arsenal have an attack. You compare Gakpo, who didn't play today, to what Arsenal had an attack. Nobody is catching Liverpool. They equal our 20 titles. And today, this was maybe the biggest test they're going to have because City have looked better. It's not the same City as before, but they go to the Etihad and they outclass Manchester City everywhere. Everywhere. The defence was so good today. And I remember saying this in my last match reaction that Liverpool's defence has looked a bit shaky these last few games. They've looked a bit gettable. Now, Marmoush is a quality player. I thought Marmoush was City's most threatening player. Doku was threatening, but he has no end product. But I was like, this Liverpool defence was so rock solid that I just knew that Liverpool weren't going to concede. I just knew it. I said, this is Van Dijk. You know what Van Dijk's like, but Konate's back to his best. I just looked at it and went, Liverpool aren't going to concede today. They were solid. I think Trent got cooked a bit at right back by Doku, but Doku has zero end product. Midfield worked their socks off. City and Pep. Pep was stupid. Pep gave Liverpool too much space. And Liverpool, there's been talk about, is sort of Gravenberch knackered? Is McAllister knackered? There's always been that little bit of talk and conversation there. But I tell you what, they worked hard in the midfield today. Liverpool absolutely outrun City. But the standout player for me was Mohamed Salah and Dominic Szoboszlai. Both of those players were unbelievable today. Szoboszlai, they were giving him space. They were not marking him. He was making those runs. He was everywhere. He was getting between the lines. He was getting in such dangerous areas to cause problems. He got a goal and assist today. And even the offside goal, the run he makes and then the assist he makes, he was unbelievable. And as I said, Szoboszlai, whenever he plays like Manchester United, at Old Trafford, when he beat us 3-0 in the Tottenham game, he really shows up in those big games, Szoboszlai. So let me share my general thoughts. I want to do a bit on Szoboszlai and a bit on Salah in more detail because those two were just unbelievable today. And then I'll get into the title race and everything and all of that. But yeah, Szoboszlai was unreal. Like, I think Salah has to be man of the match. But I thought the way that Szoboszlai collapsed on the floor at full time, I don't know if you saw it, he ran his heart out today. He was finding space. He caused City so many issues. And I have to say, Pep got it wrong. Pep was giving Liverpool space. And when you've got a player like Szoboszlai that eats up ground and is a relentless presser and his ability and IQ out of possession to find space, exploit space, make those runs, it was stupid tactically from Pep. I'm going to be honest. But goal and assist, the offside goal was a great move between him and Gravenberch as well. But the amount of space that for Liverpool's midfield was crazy. I think Pep got it wrong. I think tactically, Arne Slot was spot on. I thought Liverpool's defence was unbelievable. I thought Liverpool's front line worked their socks off and was unbelievable. They had the quality. They have a special player in Salah, who for some reason still hasn't got a new deal. And as a Man United fan, I honestly, what more can Salah do? Because quickly, what more can Salah do? This was my scorecard. Just to recap, here are all the records that Mohamed Salah set versus Manchester City tonight. Like, what more can Salah do? Is the first player in the Premier League to register 40-plus goal involvements in 2 different seasons. Is the first player in Europe's top 5 leagues to be directly involved in 50 goals across all comps in 24-25. Has now scored and assisted in 11 Premier League games this season, the most by a player in a single season of one of Europe's big 5 leagues since Lionel Messi. Salah has now provided more assists in 24-25 than any other Liverpool player has in a single Premier League campaign. Mohamed Salah is the first player in Premier League history to score and assist in both games against the reigning champions in the season. And Mo Salah is the first player to score 25-plus goals and register 15-plus assists in a Premier League season. But FSG aren't giving him a new contract, and I just can't understand why. Like, is there a valid reason? Like, that's ridiculous. This is Salah's Ballon d'Or season. If Liverpool win the league and arguably the Champions League, and even if they don't, surely this is Salah's Ballon d'Or season. Because I see people talk about Rafinha. All I'm going to say is, look at Anthony in La Liga. The assist Anthony got today, go look that up after this video. Anthony's getting goals and assists every day in La Liga. He's balling it out. Salah's got to win the Ballon d'Or. And I'm saying this as a Man United fan, but Salah has to win the Ballon d'Or. And people don't like him. There's an agenda against Salah. Oh, but he doesn't dribble as pretty as Hazard. Salah is doing something that nobody else can do. You can't be a bad player and get those goals and assists. And even when he doesn't get goals and assists, the dribbles, he's actually more creative than he gets credit for. Salah deserves a Ballon d'Or. Like, let's be honest. Unless he has a catastrophic drop-off from now to the end of the season and goes missing, that's his Ballon d'Or. Because I get the Rafinha talk. Barcelona win the Champions League, maybe it's different. But there's La Liga tax. La Liga players are always viewed more positively than Premier League players. We all know La Liga tax. You know, Vinicius Jr. got less goal contributions last season than Rashford did in his first season under Ten Hag, and Vinicius Jr. had a strop, he didn't win the Ballon d'Or. You know, it's La Liga tax. Now, I'm not saying that Rashford was better than Vinny, but you know what I mean. But going back, Trent was probably the worst player on the pitch. Yeah, Doku caused them many problems. But I also just think it's Trent's head of Madrid. It's Trent's head of Madrid. Overall, I said it was a defensive masterclass from City. It's a defensive masterclass from Liverpool. So that was spell check wrong. What have I done? What have I done there? What have I done there? Right, just updated my notes, because if someone reads the notes but doesn't listen to me, they're going to think I thought City did well defensively. City didn't do well. It was a defensive masterclass from Liverpool. It was an absolute defensive masterclass. Other than Trent getting cooked by Doku, Konate and Van Dijk were unbelievable today. It was a defensive masterclass from Liverpool. Marmoush had that quality in his locker, looked like he could make something happen, but he didn't. The 11 points clear of Arsenal. Arsenal have a game in hand, which could take the gap to 8 points. But 8 points with 11 games to go, when Arsenal can't beat West Ham, and every time Liverpool drop points, Arsenal can't capitalise on it. And Arsenal are lacking this in attack. Unless something bad happens to Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk, I just think it's Liverpool's title. I think today, and because Arsenal lost and Liverpool won, means it's over. Maybe if Arsenal beat Liverpool, but that's so far away, that game, maybe there's something there. But I think it's not mathematically done. I think it's going to happen. But I felt that there was doubt over Liverpool the last 3 or 4 games. They dropped points. The win versus Wolves wasn't convincing. Could this be Liverpool falling off? And this was the test. This was Liverpool could collapse and City could do something here. Or this was Liverpool bouncing back saying, yep, we're the best team in the league. We're 11 points clear for a reason. This is Liverpool. We're not going anywhere. And that was the message Liverpool sent. That was the message Liverpool sent. I thought it was tactically brilliant. I thought it was a performance of champions. I thought Salah breaking records, Szoboszlai midfield dominant. But Liverpool back to the best, and they stepped up today. There was doubt, there was criticism around them in recent games, dropping points, Villa, Everton, not convincing versus Wolves. And any kind of doubt and worries that Liverpool fans had, I feel like has gone out the window because of this performance. Every area, the defence looks more shaky, the defence looks more gettable. Well, the defence was unbelievable today. You know, the midfield did not look leggy, which they had the previous games today. And I also just want to give a shout out to Endo. I thought Endo did really well when he came on. I think Slot needs to utilise and use him more. And I think Slot's only learning this late in the season that he can trust Endo for 20 minutes. I don't think he fully trusts Endo, but I think Slot's learning, you know what, when you're winning and you need to protect the lead, Endo's a good guy to come on. He does not complain. He's the model professional. I think he could have got more minutes this season because Gravenberch's been running to the ground. But Endo comes on. Every time Endo comes on, he does so well. And I think Slot may be learning, I can trust Endo a bit more. Liverpool had the quality. Salah's a special player. I just can't believe that the Liverpool owners are watching this, watching how good this Liverpool side is and how dominant they are, and thinking Van Dijk and Salah, who are the 2 best players in this Liverpool side, thinking we won't give them a contract. I can't get my head around it. I'm going to be honest. Slot has a special side. He has a special side, and we look at Liverpool, and I look at Liverpool and I say they still need a striker. They still need a left centre-back because you never replace Matip. You're still going to need another midfielder because Gravenberch is being run into the ground. And you still technically, you need a striker, you need your Thiago replacement, you need your Matip replacement, and you need a left-back because Robertson's past it and Tsimikas is hit and miss. You're arguably going to need a right-back in the summer when Trent goes. But we're looking at a Liverpool side where they're not even complete. They still need 4 key signings, and they're top of the league and they're 11 points clear, and they're not even fully complete. I mean, it shows the drop-off of City. It shows the drop-off of Arsenal, of course, because Liverpool were never considered being in the title race. It was always City versus Arsenal. But you've got to give Arne Slot credit. Arsenal, injuries this, City, injuries this. City, you lost Rodri and you spent £200 million. Like, shut up. You've got to give Arne Slot credit. You've got to give Arne Slot credit. But these two were a joke. You could argue he was man of the match, but I think it probably is Salah just. But it was unbelievable how good these 2 players were. The link up, the everything. Dominic Szoboszlai was involved in everything. And Mohamed Salah, when he gets the ball, it turns to the goal. But I want to give Szoboszlai a big shout out. His running power, the engine on him is an absolute joke. He never stops. And the thing is, he's really unpredictable. He's really good at getting between the lines, taking up space, being unpredictable. He caused so many issues. And if you leave him space to make runs, you're in big trouble. All Szoboszlai needs to do is shoot more because his ball striking is elite. If he just shoots more, because you see when he takes a shot, he hits the post with his close, he could score even more goals because this guy is best. I think he makes best impact in the final third with those runs, with the unpredictability, with the pressing. He just needs to shoot more because he chases and presses every ball non-stop. He's always making impact in big games. He cooked us at Old Trafford. He cooked Spurs. He was phenomenal today. It's his final third impact. It's unbelievable. And yeah, he was on the floor after the game because he'd ran his socks off. As I said, Mohamed Salah was an absolute joke, and Doogie makes a point here. I find it satisfying that Salah, who doesn't have titles to match his talents, will have a Premier League to his name this season, most likely. Didn't happen for Omri in 02-03, didn't happen for Suarez in 13-14, but this is one of the all-timer seasons. It will for Salah. Now, I don't want it to happen for Salah, even though he deserves it. Don't want it to happen for Salah because Liverpool equaling our 20 titles makes me feel ill. As unbearable as Arsenal fans are online, and Liverpool fans are a lot more bearable than Arsenal fans. Like, Arsenal fans are the most unbearable online. Not all Arsenal fans. I know some good Arsenal fans, but they are the most unbearable fan base online. It still hurts more if Liverpool win it as a Man United fan, equaling the 20 titles while we're sat in 15th. So as much as Salah deserves a title, I don't want to see it happening. But sadly, I think it's happening. Goal difference as well. So there's 11 points, but with the goal difference, it's essentially 12 points, which means Liverpool need to lose 4 of their next 11 games. Liverpool have lost 1 game all season, and they're now essentially got to lose 4 of their next 11 games for Arsenal to have a chance. It's just not going to happen. It's not. They've got Newcastle next. Maybe Newcastle beat them. Maybe the point goes, back down to 5 if Arsenal win their next 2 games in game in hand. But I don't see it happening. I really don't see it happening because Arsenal have dropped points versus West Ham. Arsenal are dropping points. It's not like Arsenal are going to go and win 12 games in a row. I don't believe they will. I don't believe any team's going to win 12 games in a row. I think Liverpool could win maybe 8 of their next 7, but I don't think they'll win 11 or 11. It's just, I feel like it's a wrap. It's done. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. Bye.